Hello students, welcome to medicoRAS. Today we are going to discuss
new topic. It is 1.4 and this is taxonomic aids. Taxonomic aids. So if I have written here aids, I have not written it like this. Yes. So this aids is the disease. Disease it is. And this aids is also known as tools. That means we need to use some taxonomic tools, and with the help of that taxonomic tools only we can do something, right? So what we need to do, that's what we need to write the definition. So please write down the definition, okay? The taxonomic aids are the collection of actual specimen of plant and animal species, which is essential and is the prime source. Please note down, it is the prime source of taxonomic study. So taxonomic study means what? The classification and the identification of organism. Okay, so 2 points here we need to remember. Taxonomic aids is what? It is some collection of what? Some actual specimen of plant and animal species, and these are the essential and it is the prime source. Okay, please remember this one. It is the prime source of taxonomic studies. Now, what is taxonomic study? If we are doing classification, if we are identifying one organism, then that is the part of the classification, right? Sorry, taxonomy, right? So you must know taxonomy has 3 important parts. One is identification, then classification, and then nomenclature. But when we are dealing with the systematics, one more point we need to add, and that is the characterization. So under identification only we have that thing, characterization. Because when you are identifying something, you have to mention the characters, right? Now, check what type of taxonomic aids we must have, right? So please write down types of taxonomic aids. So we have basically 3 different types of taxonomic aids. So number 1, what we have? Number 1 is the preservation of species. Okay, for future, of course, for future. Then number 2, collection of living species. Correct? And number 3 is what? It is the references in which collection of information is there, right? So we have 3 different types of taxonomic aids. If it is for preservation, then we have examples like we can go for Herbarium. Yes, this is one of the type of, don't write example, instead of that I can write number 1 point. Yes, Herbarium is a type of taxonomic aid which is under the preservation of the species for the future use. Again, here if it is Herbarium, then mostly these are the collection of the plant or plant parts. Remember, it is the collection of plant or plant parts if it is Herbarium. Then if I consider museum, yes, if it is museum, then this is not only for the plant, but it is for the animal, and we can see most of the species are from the animals, right? That means we need to use some chemical, and in that chemical we need to dip that animal so that we can preserve it for the longer time. And that is the formaldehyde or formalin we should use, right? That we will discuss. But before that, you need to know herbarium and the museum, which is there in your NCERT textbook. This is under what? This preservation of the species for the future. Fine. Next, come to this point, collection of living species. So where do we collect? We have botanical garden. Yes, botanical garden we have. Again, we have zoological park. Correct. So like zoological parks are, we know that is the zoo, right? Like Banarkatta Zoo we are going to collect some animals. And if we are considering about the botanical garden, then definitely it is for the plants. Fine. If it is references, that means if it is book, in the form of book, in the form of journal, in the form of publications, then we have so many type of references we have, like key we have. Number 2, we have manual. Then we have monograph. Then we have flora. We have fauna. The catalog. Right? So these are the taxonomic aids that we need to see, and all of these are there in your NCERT portion, NCERT textbook. So we have taken all the information from the NCERT. And please remember here, these are the puzzling part, especially manual, monograph and catalog. These are the most puzzle thing that you need to understand nicely. Otherwise, in exam, we used to do mistake in these 3 references only. Okay. So this is what we have. Please write down and then we will discuss one by one. Okay. Now, the first point is from the herbarium. So let me tell you what is herbarium. If you go for like any bookstall or somewhere, so you just collect the sheet, one sheet. So its height is like 41 centimeter approximately, and its length is approximately like 29-30 centimeter, something like this. Okay. Here I have given the exact value that you will get in the market. So here you can see one box, small box will be there, and in the box so many things you have to fill up. Yes, what are those things? This is one of the important question pocket. So this is the question pocket that we need to see. What are these and how we should write this one. And here you will get one full sheet, right? In that sheet, what you need to do, suppose this is a plant. This is a plant and this is a very unique plant. Unique in a sense, like this plant is, suppose it is a threatened species, or it is vulnerable species, or it is very, very important for humankind, right? But we are not getting it too much nowadays because of any reason. You need to collect this plant, suppose. Then what you will do, you will just collect one of the branch. Along with that branch, you must have some leaf, okay? And if the flower or the bud size are small, then also you can collect that one. Right? Small buds also, you can collect that one also. Correct? But if it is big flower, if the stem is fleshy, remember these things, okay? What you can't collect? If the flower is big, okay? If the stem is fleshy, if the leaf is fleshy, okay? Never collect this kind of samples, because this will not give you exact result. Proper result you will not get from this, because fleshy content or big flower means there will be more and more water. So that type of plant we are not going to collect for herbarium. Please remember this one. This is the first and primary criteria, which if the flower size, bud size is bigger enough, if the stem and leaf are the fleshy, that means where there is more water content. Yes, those kind of plants we can't use it. Like we can't use fruit. Fruit you never can collect for herbarium. Don't collect fruit. Okay. Don't collect ornamental flower. Okay. So please write this portion. Then we will discuss the next one. right? So next point, let me turn the page and let me show you how the herbarium you can maintain. And you are just collecting one sample, and this has what leaf, some leaves are there, and stem portion is there, and here small bud or flower it may be, right? So what you need to do, you have to keep this whatever sample you have collected, you have to keep it in between newspapers. Then what will happen if you are going to keep it in between newspapers or blotting paper you have, then use that. Otherwise you can use the newspaper. On top of that, you have to place some weight and you have to keep it under the sunlight. Then what will happen, because of that weight only, if the flower or the leaf will dry also, it will not going to change the place. That means it will not that much of shrink, right? Only it will dehydrate, that much it will happen. So less amount of shrinkage will happen in that case. Fine. So after doing that, you can use some chemical, but if you are a student, don't use any chemical, anything, no need to use anything. If you are a scientist, then definitely you have to use some chemicals. So those chemicals we are not going to discuss now, because for different samples, different chemicals are there. So now what you need to do, you just place this one here. Yes, in this paper, over this paper only you have to place it. Now next point, what you need to do, please remember, this is very important concept. Please remember, never staple over the plant sample. Only you can do one thing, that you can put some gum, and that gum, it can adhere the surface and the sample. That only you can do. So you have to use gum only. Okay. Next concept, you have to see the scale. I mean, what is the length? Total length, you have to mark it like this, and you have to write like this is the 15 centimeters suppose. Okay, and you have to write the leaf size also. Suppose this is what, the 2.5 centimeter. Again, the bud size, every size you have to write. Whatever the size is, you have to write like this. Fine. So this is done. After that, you have to fill this box. So in this box, what is there? First one is, it is the collection date. Okay, date, when you have collected this sample. So suppose today is 29 of September 2020, like that I will write. Fine. And then you have what, the next point is English name. This is the mango plant. It is easier for us to give, right? So please remember, mango plant you can't make the herbarium because it is a fruit plant. Fruit plant you can't take. Okay. Simply I have given one example only. Okay. So English name is what? Suppose it is the mango. Then I have to write the vernacular name. Okay. Vernacular name. So vernacular name means what? Local name. Okay, so I hope you understood that Mavu is nothing but the vernacular name or the local name. That means from where you have collected, from there only you have to write the vernacular name. You can't write other names. Okay, then you have to write the binomial nomenclature. That is the biological name. Okay, that you need to write. So it is the Mangifera indica. Full name you have to write. Here I have written just M, but you have to write the Mangifera indica. The full name you have to write, and then you have to write the collector's name. Okay, so if you are a scientist or you are a research scholar, you can write your name, but if you are a student, you can't write your name. Instead of that, you will have the registration number. Okay, registration number you have, and in that you just place your roll number and this thing. So this is what you need to write in this area. So this is the question for date, the date of collection, English name, vernacular name, scientific name or the biological name, and the collector's name, right? This is what we have. But apart from this, if you are really doing herbarium sheet, okay, this is the NCERT portion only. But if you are really doing herbarium sheet, then you come to know in that along with this, you have to write economic importance. Yes, about that plant. Suppose what is the economic importance of that mango. So you have to write few points here. Again, you have to write the habitat also. From where you have to have collected. It is from the aquatic body. It is from the moisture area. From where you have collected. So everything you have to write. So the first points, whatever I have written till that part, this is the NCERT portion which is given in NCERT, right? But this portions is for the NEET and other examination, that is for entrance examination. So please remember, these are the question pocket. Just write it down. One more thing. Before biological name, I have to write the family name also. Okay. So family name is also there in your NCERT textbook. So please write down. What is the family for mango? Yes, Anacardiaceae. Yes, Anacardiaceae family. So please remember the family name also we need to write. So next point, we have to write some points for herbarium. So this is for board examination. So finish this part, and if you have questions, then ask.